So I just watched Wednesday's episode, and it was a solid and pretty good one. I gave it a B on my serialized, and yeah, let's get into it. So post nomination ceremony was quite chaotic, just with all the like the aftermath and everything, with conversations and whatnot. And then the scene with or the segment with Kat and Riley was like, ugh, it's just like, why? But I like that Kat was saying things like basically was just trying to say like she wants to do things on her own, because yeah, she doesn't need Riley fighting for her safety, because she just wants to do it on her own. She's there to compete and play. And then Ava has drawn Will and Catherine for the veto comp, but obviously like Morgan really wanted to go up as well, or wanted to like compete as well, so she can save one of Vince and Zach, and obviously save herself because she knows that she would go up as a renom. And then Ava wants to put up Morgan if someone comes down, but Mickey isn't here for that. But it's kind of Mickey's own fault, because she's the one who told Ava like that info. Like, yeah, she shouldn't have told her that, because like if she doesn't want Morgan to go up, like why would you tell Ava that, you know? Like, I know she's working with both, but she could have just keep the info on the DL. So then Morgan's not in danger. But anyway, like, really? But anyway, it is what it is. And then the veto comp was definitely a fun one. I always like those ones, like with the punishments and prizes and all that stuff. So, but honestly, like, I'm not a Zach fan. Like, I'm very like iffy with him, but like it was really sweet of him to give the London vacation to Will, just because that was honestly like really sweet. And then Will can take his wife and everything, which is just, oh, that was so wholesome. And then it ends up being where Catherine is like the first place person. So but Vince was really like trying to fight to keep the veto, and like really beg and plead for her to keep the like to get the $5,000 and such. But anyway, at the end, Catherine ended up choosing the power of veto, as she should. She earned it. And then Vince has the hard-boiled detective punishment. Ava has $5,000. Zach has the partners in crime punishment, and then he chose Rachel to join him. And then Keanu had the butler did it punishment, and then Will has the London vacation. And then the punishment segment was actually really funny. Like, all of them were great. Like, Vince's punishment was really funny. Keanu's punishment was hilarious. Oh my god. And then Will saying, I don't want to eat anything off Keanu's butt. That was funny. But then he ends up giving in to the pigs in a blanket, which was really hilarious. And then Zach and Rachel's just like, oh my god. Like, it was pretty funny to watch, honestly. But they were definitely so tired. And they're just like, they're basically just like, I just want to get this other bag, like all four, so I can get a shower and sleep. But it was very entertaining. And then Rachel is so mad in her conversation with Morgan. Like, oh my gosh, she was pissed. But Morgan was still trying to like stay on good terms with her. But Rachel was definitely like, I know that you and your allies are targeting me, blah, blah, blah. Don't want me to get far, things like that. And Ashley does like working with Rachel. She said that she's probably her number one there, and they kind of need each other. But yeah, Rachel was so pissed in the conversation with Morgan. And then Rachel went right to Kat and told her about the conversation, saying that like everyone's targeting the showmance, things like that. And then Kat and Ava are talking about what to do with the veto and renom. Like, just like if more basically we're kind of saying that Morgan should go up and things like that. But then once it gets to the veto ceremony, Kat has decided not to use the veto because she's just like, she doesn't really care who goes out of Ava's noms, and she said she just wants to win HOH and get Morgan out herself and things like that. So yeah, it was definitely a good episode for sure. But Zach not using his power, like really, he didn't save himself. He just did that to save Morgan from going up. Like, come on. You're more concerned about her over your own safety. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Get serious, bro. But like, ugh. Anyway, it was still a good episode overall. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about the eviction.